What's going on, Dolphins? It is your boy Dillon, and I'm actually the video I'm making tonight is it's going to be kind of like a what is it going to take to make it to the playoffs video. And I'm actually gonna I think I'm actually gonna do this every week from now on for the remainder of the season. You know, I'm gonna use a NFL playoff predictor, and I'm going to week in and week out for the remainder of the season go through, update the results, and then see what it will take for the Dolphins to make it to the playoffs should they have the aspirations to still do so, as long of a shot as it may be. Tonight, though, I'm going to add in the Tankathon and show you the current or the updated you know, drafting order, because the 49ers just played the Rams tonight, and I just got done watching that game, and they kicked the ever-living shit out of the Rams 31-10. So they did get the win. Unfortunately, that does not help the Dolphins, but let's go ahead and get into that. So first and foremost, I meant to put this in for my post-game analysis video for the Ravens game, but there was so much good shit to talk about, and I was so excited for the win that I forgot. Although I think what I'm going to do, though, is I'm actually going to move it to the weekly what is it going to take video. I'll put it in there. So I'll probably start, and I think I'm going to do that on Wednesdays. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do going forward. So let me go ahead and start off with that. Obviously, after Miami got their win against the Ravens, and of course with the way that the rest of things turned out, unfortunately, the Dolphins' win over the Ravens was basically the only thing that went good for the Dolphins. When it came to everything else, it didn't work out in the Dolphins' favor and Miami's favor. And what I mean by that is you know, the Patriots won, and the Bills won, Tennessee won, KC won, Kansas City, right? Tennessee, Kansas City, and now the 49ers just won tonight. So, but yeah, anyway, so with that win, though, that puts us at 3-7 on the season, and we are currently picking 5th overall. It is still obviously a top 5 pick, at least for right now. Hopefully that will drop if we can get some more wins. Hopefully we can at least hit the 6 win mark, at least. You know, it'd be nice to get more up to my revised prediction of 9 wins. Obviously, in an ideal situation, 10 wins and, you know, winning out the rest of the way would be fantastic. But again, you know, it's a long shot, and we'll talk about that here in a minute. So the 49ers, with their win, they are now 4-5 on the season, and that puts them at 12th. So as it currently stands, we will be picking at the 12th overall spot. Although I do have a feeling that the 49ers are actually going to, and I've thought this all season, I think that they're going to be a wild card playoff team in the NFC. So anyway, that's the Tankathon. That's the current draft order. Let me go ahead now and swap over to the NFL playoff predictor. So this, I have it currently on week 10, and this is with the results of week 10. Everything that goes now, I did cycle through the rest of the weeks all the way through week 18. The vast majority of the games are just randomized. I just hit the randomize week button or whatever, and each week that I do this, I'll make sure that it's updated accurately with the actual results of the games. But for now, everything from week 11 on, I have basically randomized, and then with the and then I did go through and I did, you know, change some things up here and there if I thought the randomization was off, to get ultimately what I think is going to end up being the AFC and NFC playoffs. So as you can see, before we go through this week to week, and now currently though, this, I do have it set up with the Dolphins winning out, because I do want to talk about a couple different scenarios. If we win out, which is how I currently have it, then the Dolphins could go 10-7, and they actually could end up being the 6th overall seed. And in this scenario, you'd have three of the AFC East teams Buffalo, Miami, and New England in the playoffs. Obviously, then in this scenario, I have Tennessee winning their division, Buffalo winning the East, Baltimore winning their division, and KC winning theirs. Obviously, with the records, as you can see here, Tennessee 14-3, Buffalo, Baltimore, and KC all at 13-4. Then the Chargers at 12-5, the Dolphins and the Patriots at 10-7 in this scenario. And then real quick, just NFC, I have the Cardinals at 15-2 as the #1 seed there. Dallas, Green Bay, and Tampa Bay all 13-4. And the Rams 12-5, San Francisco 10-7, New Orleans 9-8. So that's how I have, just, you know, obviously, like I said, most of it's randomized, so there could be, you know, some there, and I'm sure there will be some variations, but I think that, you know, like I said, I did look through all of the games, and I think, I don't know, I'm probably going to be pretty accurate at this. But so just real quick, so obviously this is week 10, so let's go ahead and take a look at how I got to 10-7. Well, obviously, I mean, I think that, you know, it's pretty clear. You know, week 11, we play the Jets, we get the win, as you can see here. Week 12, we beat the Panthers. Week 13, we beat the Giants. 14, we obviously have a bye, so we're not on the schedule. 15, that would have us beating the Jets again. 16 would be us beating the Saints. And then week 17, us beating the Titans. And then week 18, us beating the Patriots. So that's how, obviously, if the Miami Dolphins want to make the playoffs, it's pretty much going to have to be doing it like this. So just real quick, let's go ahead and take a look at all of these different weeks, and let's just see what happens if they lose even one of these games. So let's start off with the Patriots. Let's say the Patriots win in week 18, but we win all the rest of the games in between. Well, that would put us at 9-8 on the season. New England would jump to 11-6, and Pittsburgh would actually overtake us for the 7th seed, and we would fall out of the playoffs. Okay, so now let's put that back. Let's go ahead and just let's breeze through this real quick. Let's say Tennessee beats us. Basically the same thing happens, right? Obviously, except for then Tennessee's record in this scenario goes up to 15-2, but we don't care about that so much. So if we lose against Tennessee, then we fall out of the playoffs. Let's put it back now. Week 16. Let's see. If we lose against New Orleans, we fall out of the playoffs. Okay, so let's see. Week 15. Who do we play? We play the Jets. We fall out of the playoffs if we lose to the Jets. Okay, so we don't play week 14. That's a bye. So week 13. Let's say if we lose to the Giants, out of the playoffs. Okay, then let's say week 12. If we lose to Carolina, out of the playoffs. Let's put that back. Let's go week 11 against the Jets, out of the playoffs. So obviously, if the Dolphins want to make it, they have to win out. So I guess, let me just say this then. Since they're, well, actually, no, it depends, because obviously, like I said, a lot of these other games could go different ways. So I was about to say then, so as long as the Dolphins keep winning, if the only way that they can make it to the playoffs is to win out, as long as they keep winning, I will do this. But I'll do it for the rest of the season, at least until the Dolphins are eliminated from playoff contention. As long as the Dolphins have, you know, a statistical probability that they could. But in order for them to do that, obviously, they're going to have to do everything in their power to win out. Now, I mean, you know, I guess there's really no point in going into like, oh, because look, the thing is, unfortunately, if I'm keeping it honest with you guys, I would love to see it. I really would. I'm just not so sure that we are able to. I'm going to go ahead and put myself back up. There's really nothing else more to say about that with the predictor there, because at the end of the day, if the Dolphins do want to make it to the playoffs, they're literally going to have to win the rest of their games. There is some you know, there is some chance that they could maybe go 9-8 and still make it to the playoffs. Obviously, they would have to have some other games go in different directions and allow them to, you know, get tiebreakers or so on and so forth. You know, and maybe, you know, that would include having to beat New England in Week 18, even if they lose to, let's say, Tennessee or something. You know, let's say they win next week and then against Carolina, the Giants, the Jets, and let's say they manage to pull out a win against the Saints, making them 8-7, and then let's say that they lose to the Titans, making them 8-8, and then beat the Patriots. Maybe that's enough to get into the wild card as a actually, you know what? Let me go ahead and jump back to that real quick. Let's just go ahead and take a gander if it would work in this scenario. So let's see, 17, let's say we lose to them. Oh no, but then I already had it. If we win against, win against, no, we would still be out. There would have to be, you know, a lot of other things that go wrong. So there's not really, unfortunately, there are not a lot of scenarios in which the Dolphins can lose another game and still be in the playoff contention. So, but I do want to do this. It'll be fun. I think it'll be a good time. And certainly up until they get officially eliminated, I want to do that. Hopefully we don't lose against the Jets this week and then get eliminated from playoff contention, because that would be really shitty, both from, you know, the playoff standpoint, as a fan standpoint, and because I would like to be able to do this for the remainder of the season. I think it would be fun, and obviously something too that, you know, I will incorporate into future videos for future seasons, when hopefully we're, you know, we don't have such a shit start and are a little bit more competitive throughout the season when it comes to playoff contention. But anyway, like I said, though, I do want to continue this, so hopefully we can at least do our part going forward. Again, the next 4 games are certainly very winnable. You know, I don't think they're necessarily guarantees, but they're definitely winnable, and we could be sitting in a situation come week 16 where we could be at 500 and at least still be making these videos and possibly in playoff contention as a wild card spot. So anyway, make sure you join me though for these videos. It will be a lot of fun. Hopefully, again, if we're not soon eliminated. But I just thought about it the other day or yesterday or whatever, and I decided I wanted to do it. Actually, I think it was earlier today. But I am going to do it, I think, on Wednesdays, so that way, you know, it'll be in between the weeks, you know, in between weeks for football, so that way we can get all of, you know, week 11 and then do it in between week 11 and week 12, etc., etc., etc. So make sure you check out for that. And then obviously also too, since the number of scouting report videos that I'm having to do each week is getting less and less, it'll be another way too for me to do a little bit of content. So check out for all of that. Before I get out of here, make sure you also check out the Rave On Sports App, new fan-driven sports app for all of your sports, whether it's football, soccer, basketball, whatever. And they are looking to enhance your game day experience with live play-by-play coverage, live chats with other fans and content creators like myself. Look for the links in the description box. And with that, I'm going to get out of here. I hope you guys appreciate my perspective. If you do, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit the bell if you want to get the alerts. Share my channel and videos with your friends and family. Leave your questions, comments, and concerns down in the comment section. Of course, as always, follow me on Twitter at DillonTartaro. And with that, I'm out. I'll see y'all soon. Fins up.